Okay. Okay. Number one, I want to show everybody something. I know it's messed up, but I do have it. A little dirty here and there, but this was definitely worth bringing back. You all know what this is. You all definitely know what this is. And I'm going in blind on this. I have not went back and watched the show yet. And I will do to see some parts here and there when it comes to some matches. But I was there tonight. I didn't get the t-shirt, unfortunately. They ran out and it was a long line too. But I'll get that shirt at some point. And what Pro Wrestling Tees has already crashed, apparently, as I'm talking right now. But I was there tonight. United Center, August 20th, 2021, Chicago, Illinois. Like I said, the United Center. And wow, after 7 long years, and this is literally the only thing, honestly, to talk about tonight, because I'm going to talk about my trip in a second, but let's just get into it right now. And I wanted to show proof that I was there, and I said I was going to go there, and by God, it was worth every motherfucking penny to go there tonight, okay? And I had a lot of fun, a loud crowd. I have not been to the United Center in many, many years. And I went years ago, like to Chicago Bulls games and whatnot. But this was I don't even know how many years, but I just have not been to the United Center in a long time. Because I told myself if I couldn't go to All Out, I said I would go to the United Center for the first dance for Chicago, Illinois tonight. And of course, everybody's been talking about, which has been rumored for over a month or two now. And I'm sure everybody and their mama saw this coming. And it is finally time. It is finally here. And you are finally getting this after 7 long years. CM Punk returns to professional wrestling and makes his AEW debut, okay? Because that crowd was off the chain. It was loud. It was very, very loud. This was, you couldn't even control the excitement from all this, okay? It was just mind-boggling. And let me tell you what I saw out there. And I didn't do this, but I'm sure a lot of people saw, even on TV in the crowd, grown men were crying when they saw CM Punk come out. And I'm not gonna mention my friend's name because he said he was probably about to also. I was surprised that many people were really crying to see him come back. I was glad he was back, but I didn't know it was that big that they cried when he came back and whatnot. But the minute Cult of Personality hit, as the CM Punk chants, just roared throughout the arena, the music happened. CM Punk, and you even and like I don't even know what commentary said. Like I said, I'll get to that in a second, but this is me there from my experience, my point of view, and I had some very good seats. And listen, I'll tell you right now too. Whenever I get the chance, I will try to upload that footage. I took a lot of footage and a lot of pictures tonight, so I will try to get that uploaded online if I can. I will do that. Just give me some time on that, all right? But let's get back to the point at hand right here. CM Punk came out. CM Punk just humongous monster pop. He got on his knees as soon as he came out on stage. He hugged one of the fans. I believe that was the one crying with the sign. And then he jumped into the crowd with the fans, hugged them and whatnot. Just insanity. And as CM Punk grabbed the microphone and hugged several people, he basically came in and said, "You guys make me feel like a kid, like, Britt Baker from Pittsburgh." And he says, "We're winging it here." He has a lot to say, he said. And he doesn't know what he's going to say, but he had to feel it. He had to have the feeling right now. And he's got a lot to cover, but we're not going to get to everything right now. But he's got plenty of time from Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. He ain't going nowhere, he said. And Punk basically said it's important. He wanted to say something right now. It's important from all the personal choices he's made. If he made people feel disappointed or let down, he would have never gotten healthy staying in the same place that got him sick in the first place. Because, yeah, we can go through many things with CM Punk throughout these 7 years. Yes, we could go through the whole UFC thing or personal choices and whatnot, depending how you feel about him. A lot of things he did, which, I've questioned myself too, especially when it comes to the whole UFC thing and whatnot. I'll give him credit for what he did. He had the balls to step in there, but I said my piece. I just think the guy just wasn't a fighter and whatnot, and we saw the end result of that. And there's many things we could say about CM Punk right now, but man, you want to talk about drawing a crowd tonight? Listen, I can go and talk about the whole Roman Reigns comments of burying Punk, saying that the guy was not much of a needle mover or a draw. Look at tonight and let me see if y'all really agree with Roman Reigns right now. Okay, because I'm sure everybody was talking about that yesterday, but CM Punk came out and he wanted to tell everybody a story. The minute he took off his hoodie, a new CM Punk t-shirt, like I said, which I'm sure is already sold out online right now. And he was in the middle of the ring. He sat down and he didn't know what he could do if he was going to stay and whatnot. Because when he left Ring of Honor, he said, and whatnot. He talked about Ring of Honor, and he talked about fans with tears when he left Ring of Honor. And he said he had cried because he knew he was leaving a place he loved. And it was a home he knew was, wasn't going to be going to a new home now. Wasn't going to be easy for guys like him. That August 13th, 2005 was his last day in Ring of Honor and his last day in professional wrestling. But now, August 20th, 2001, he is now back in professional wrestling. We're not going to talk about WWE because that is sports entertainment, I'm sure everybody's going to say right now. But, he is back for everybody. He's back for you, him, the people, all this stuff. And he talk about all the guys in the back. There's a hell of a lot of young talent that he wish he was surrounded back years ago. And he wants to work with that new talent. He sees the same passion as he had before. And, he's got a couple scores to sell in the back. So he had a lot. And then he called out Darby Allin. Darby Allin's Sting, high, very high in the rafters of the United Center. And I'm going to say a lot about Sting in a second, too, once we get through this review. But, Punk and Darby Allin, they stood up there, and Punk, said that Darby, always comes back like every other person in Chicago, and that you're tough and whatnot, and a lot of tough people here in Chicago, and there's nothing more dangerous he could do is wrestle CM Punk. Because I've seen you do is jump out of planes and all this stuff, but this may be the most dangerous thing you've ever done. And he'd see everybody, including Darby, September 5th, all out. CM Punk will wrestle because he says he is back. And he says, you know what? And like I showed you at the beginning, at the end of the night, when we all walked out of this building, before anybody walked us out of this building, we all got free ice cream bars. So after over 10 years, I think he did get in WWE at one point, but after, over 10 years, the ice cream bars finally came. And let me say, that ice cream bar was delicious, too. I enjoyed that ice cream bar, eating it on the way out the building and whatnot. That shit was tasty, though. So I like that ice cream bar, okay? So everybody got ice cream bars. They left and whatnot. But listen, honestly, after the first 20 minutes of this show, people left. People left. Trust me. People got out their seat and left. They were done. That was literally the only highlight you could really talk about tonight, okay? That was the biggest thing. That was the only thing really to talk about. And we'll talk about the rest of the show, but people left. They never came back to their seat. They paid. They came to see CM Punk. They traveled from wherever city of travel to get to Chicago and whatnot, and they left. That was the whole show. That would have been literally the whole show. And it was best they did bring him out the beginning. Yes, they could have saved them throughout the night, but we'd have got CM Punk chants all night and whatnot. It would have kept the people in their seat and everything, but I guess it was really smart to do it right now, all right? Just to bring him out right at the beginning. But listen, this was a big deal, okay? This was a big moment, especially for AEW themselves and professional wrestling, a big moment in wrestling itself, okay? So this was some history being made here tonight. It really was. But yeah, like after this, you don't really need to talk about anything else. It's basically like, hey, I watch the show when I get home and whatnot. I had on record, but once the CM Punk thing was done, there was nothing else to talk about. People left. They left. They were done. I saw a lot of people leave. They were done right after that. We got what we wanted, and we wanted to see it, and it was done. All right. So yeah, that's literally the biggest thing to talk about was CM Punk tonight. So the show could you could have just ended it right there, and people would have walked out happy. You saw CM Punk 20-minute promo. There you go. Now I'm sure the question is, does he still have it in the ring? Yeah, I'm sure it's probably some ring rust. He's not been in the ring in over 7 years now. and I'm sure him and Darby's really gonna be good on at All Out. I'm not going to All. My brother's going to All Out, but I'm not going to All Out. But I'm glad I got to come here tonight though, just to see it myself with my own eyes. And like I said, I had a damn great time and whatnot. But we're gonna get back to a little bit more of that in the end. Now, throughout the rest of the show, like I said, the crowd was spent. They were literally done after this because it was Private Party versus Jurassic Express Den, um, Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Good match. It was the tag match was kind of a little sloppy here and there. I know it was one move like Jungle Boy really hurt himself, and of course the Canadian Destroyer off the top rope looked very deadly. Whatnot, which I almost thought somebody got killed right there on the Jungle Boy after Private Party did it, but they still survive. I know the Young Bucks were out watching on stage. Jungle Boy ended up getting the win. So yeah, Jungle Express. I'm not really surprised by that. Boom, there you go. So they won. I know that Kenny Omega cut a promo talking about Christian. Now this is some things people are gonna get pissed off. I saw tonight. Kiera Hogan versus Jade Cargill. There was no Kiera Hogan entrance on TV, to what I've heard. Now, I saw the Kiera Hogan entrance, and I recorded that whole thing too. So I do have all of that right now. So at least I got to see it in person, and yeah, I sent it to my friend. And of course, you want to see Kiera Hogan's ass walk, also. Okay, so anybody would come on, man. It's hard not to stare at that ass. If you don't look at that shit, something wrong with you, homie. All right. If you ain't looking at that shit, something's very wrong with you. If you ain't looking at her ass, okay. So that shit was mind blowing. I've seen it in person before. I don't care what you think about me saying all this right now. Come on. Ain't motherfucker in the world would want to see that shit. But this was a squash match. And come on, looking at the time tonight, I figured it'd be a squash match. So, yeah, Jade Cargill just basically killed Kiera Hogan right here. And I saw a lot of people are not happy with that. I know Kiera Hogan's had a couple more matches on Dark and whatnot, but they had like one little promo with her and she got killed. Okay. I don't even know if she signed with this company and whatnot, but she basically got murdered out here. Next though, I know they talk about the card coming up for Wednesday. CM Punk will be on AEW this Wednesday. Mark Henry did a split screen thing as usual, like last week, interviewing both Moxley and Daniel Garcia with Everrise, and they basically started talking about Moxley, and Moxley said, this man is going to get murdered, okay? There's a better chance of getting him pregnant than making him submit tonight. And Moxley was over too, but then again, this was like a squash match also. Basically, Moxley murdered this guy, okay? Like, the guy got a few moves on him, but Mox just killed him out there, headbutt and whatnot. He damn near got him into the Death Rider paradigm shift, and then he got the is what some leg submission in and whatnot and won. Next thing you know, Everrise attacked. Then Darby Allin and Sting came out and attacked. Sting did a Scorpion, it was Stinger Splash, Scorpion Death Drop, and a double coffin drop onto 2.0 as it went off the air. Okay, and that was the end of the show. So let me say a couple things here, all right? Because there was a post-match promo. And let me say this also, seeing CM Punk tonight was one thing, but seeing Sting tonight, this was my first time actually seeing Sting live in person. So I'm very glad I got to see Sting. Maybe not wrestle a match, but I'm glad I got to see him hit some moves and just to see Sting cut a promo, do the woo thing and whatnot. Too. I had fun watching that because I've watched Sting for so many years, since WCW in the late 90s to everything he did in TNA. I wish I would have saw him live in TNA also, but you know, just finally actually getting to see Sting in a ring and just hit his moves, that was cool. That's something I'm glad I got to see. I'm very glad I got to see Sting live. All right. And like I said, I saw the post-match promo, Mox, Kingston, Tony Khan, Sting and Darby, all of them just talking about, Chicago and everything. How Sting came from the Raptors, and Moxley putting over the company. Just all of them just went over company in the show. Just all the faces, sending everybody home happy and whatnot. Because listen, this show started at 7:00. Okay, because Rampage didn't start till 9. AEW Dark was basically being taped throughout the whole thing. I didn't really pay much attention to Dark. I don't watch Dark in general. Like, I've already said that in the past. This is probably one of the only times I'm really ever gonna watch Dark, and I'm not really gonna go back and watch it on YouTube because I saw it live. Some of these matches were like 5 seconds, 10, and it was already people I didn't want to see. I don't need to see Jelly Nutella. That was already a bathroom break. I don't need to see QT Marshall. The Lucha Brothers were over. Pac was over. Thunder Rosa was over on Dark. The Varsity Blondes had a pretty good pop. Andrade was over because he was on commentary through Dark. So, yeah, I didn't really need to see all the Dark. And people were kind of arriving more at the building once the actual show was about to start. Okay, so Dark was Dark. I'm not going to go in every match because I didn't really pay much attention to every single one of them. But, yeah, I'm glad I got to see guys like Matt Hardy out there and, some other people. But everything else was just a squash match. It's Dark, okay? It's like 15 different matches and a majority of them are squash matches. So it's not much I really need to see from there. I could have watched all of SmackDown instead of watch Dark, but I'm like, I'll make the most of it, okay? But like I said, overall, I had a fun night tonight. This was great. I have a lot of other reviews to do. I need to get to. I still need to go watch SmackDown. I need to prepare for SummerSlam tomorrow. I'm sure people are saying that all of SummerSlam hype was already taken away from CM Punk returning to wrestling and debuting AEW in Chicago, Illinois at the United Center tonight. So, yeah, it would have been crazy if he didn't show up. It would have been the biggest tease in the world. Because let's remember, this building sold out off of speculation he was coming. Even though it was mostly confirmed and whatnot, it was all out of speculation the whole time, okay? All of it. Like I said, I will go back to watch some of the show, maybe to hear the commentary, because I was actually surprised to see Jim Ross there. I didn't think JR was going to be here, but I think they trying to sell the whole Jericho thing, losing to MJF and stuff, so that's probably why JR was there. But I was glad to see JR out there. That was cool, okay? Um, and whatnot. But still, I'm just trying to go everything. Like I said, I'm winging it right here. I really am. I'm just winging this whole thing. Um, wow, I'm trying to see what else I'm really forgetting right now, just from the excitement from everybody, the crowd, just it's a lot. It's a lot. It really is a lot to say about this show. So I enjoyed myself. I really did, and I'm glad I went. I went tonight to the United Center. So, but this was literally, you could have shut the show right off after Punk. That's all you needed to see. Everything else was either a match, a squash match, and a super squash match. That's it. Dark was whatever. Hey, I even got to see Britt Baker and everybody do the DMD thing and whatnot. So that's all you really needed to know. Okay, that's honestly all you really need to know about the show. That's all you really need to talk about. CM Punk. That's it. CM Punk, Chicago, promo, ice cream bars, Darby Allin, boom, there you go. So hey, yeah, what can I say? What more can I say? I don't have nothing else to say. Shout out to the Urban Wrestling Network. Like I said, I told them also I have photos and video. So like I said, I will try to get more of that uploaded onto this show. This is probably a convenient show to me also. It was easy to get to. So like I said, I don't live that far from the United Center. So this was a very easy travel and whatnot, and it was worth every penny. It really was. So insane night, man. Like I said, it's still pretty hype, man. That crowd was loud as fuck. Like, them motherfuckers went off the wall. So we'll see how the ratings do for Rampage. And this is only the second episode of Rampage. Okay, I'm sure it'll do over 1 million, or maybe two. I don't know about 2 million, but I know it'll do over 1 million. Okay, but listen, I still got a lot of other reviews I got to get to. Okay, I still got to review SmackDown. I still got to review Impact. I got to watch SmackDown first. I got to watch Emergence also. SummerSlam reviews coming tomorrow. It's gonna be people for that. I gotta get that prepared. I got a lot to do tomorrow on Saturday. We still got Takeover on Sunday. It's crazy. They're like, wrestling is just a crazy schedule right now with all these returns happening this year or debuts and stuff. This was a very big moment, also. So it's insane, man. So some people saying the war is back. I don't know about all that. It's not like it's a ratings war anymore, but um a needle was moved tonight. A big needle was moved. We'll see how far it can go. Maybe, I'm sure people expecting Brian. Maybe he'll be it all out. I don't know what's gonna happen next, but this shit was wild tonight. So I had fun and I got an ice cream bar. So tell me what do you think about this show. Just tell me, man, like if you saw it tonight or if you've been there live tonight, because people traveled. All right, let me show you one more thing before I go. Okay, this is outside of the building. You may can't even see this well, and I wish I could get you a clear picture and whatnot. See, I can't even get you a clear picture right now. It's probably because of this camera and other stuff, but that's probably like the CM Punk logo and just on the United Center building itself. So I'm just trying to show you what I bring proof back, okay? But like I said, I will try to get some uploads, what I got from tonight, and we'll go off from there. But overall, man, I had fun. I'm gonna go watch SmackDown. Um, yeah, man, shit's crazy. So CM Punk, man, 7 long years. It was worth it. It was definitely worth this trip. Peace out, y'all. Chi-Town, stand the fuck up. Woo! At the United Center. That's crazy. Peace.